Well, the weather has been warm and dry and ideal for home projects. But to help us figure out what type of help we need around the house and what requirements are needed by those workers by law, Logan Hickel with the Better Business Bureau of Washington joins us this morning. Thanks for being with us, Logan.
Of course.
All right. Well, what is the difference between all of these things? There's general contractors, specialty contractors, or even a handyman.
Yeah, so first, as a blanket definition, a contractor is anyone that you provide labor and materials to complete a job. That's a contractor, okay? Now, let's break it down to the three that you mentioned. So, general contractor, they may do some of the work themselves, but more likely, they're gonna be serving as almost like a project manager, managing all these subcontractors. Now, when we look at specialty contractors, we're talking about your plumbers, electricians, HVAC. Those are the contractors or subcontractors that project manager is going to be working with. And then handyman, looking at that, we need to be cautious. Those are people that can fix small things around your home or business, but the scope of work that they're allowed to do here in the state is much less than a contractor.
Okay, and then what type of businesses must have a registration with the state of Washington?
Yeah, so there's a little bit of terminology here. So here in Washington state, anyone providing labor and materials to complete a job must be registered with the state, anyone. Okay. Now, all three, general contractor, specialty contractor, handyman, have to have that. But specialty contractors, so we're talking about those HVACs, electrician, plumbers, those may need to be licensed with the state. Okay, and that requires education, courses, all that jazz. So there is a difference between registration and being licensed with the state. But with hiring a handyman, we need to be cautious because here in Washington, there's a couple things. They can't have any employees or subcontractors, so they have to do all the work themselves. They're also, if it requires a building permit, they're not allowed to work on that. And then lastly, the most important part is a handyman cannot work on a job if that job, being labor and materials, is over $2,000. So it has to be under $2,000 for a handyman to work on it, but it varies state to state. So if you go over to Idaho, for example, they don't even have to be registered with the state until they're working on jobs over $2,000. Okay,
so a lot to know and a lot to keep track of. Where can people go to look up a contractor to see if they are actually insured properly by the state of Washington and have the right registrations or licensing?
Yeah, so the best place for people to go, just go directly to the State Department of Labor and Industries. That's lni.wa.gov/verify to look up contractors. And then, of course, you can always find reputable contractors here in our area over at BBB.org.
All right, Logan Hickel with the Better Business Bureau of Washington, thanks so much for being with us. Always so helpful to have your safety reminders.
Of course.